In order to make sure we actually do what we say we're going to do, let's write a few action items down to make sure that happens. I'm going to step us back to the UDL part of our conversation, where we talked about some things that we could do to support John just by looking at some of those principles. And the first one that we identified for him was scaffolding main ideas and key vocabulary in reading passages. So is there anything we need to do to support that happening?
Well, because this is kind of new to me, I'd like to get some training on how to use those features in electronic text. Man, that would be really helpful.
Okay.
And you know, Colleen, I'm there, I can help you out, we can sit down, and I think, you know, in a really short period of time, you'll really catch on to the supports.
That would be great.
And you'll let me know when that's happening.
Yeah, you can be invited, that would be
Okay.
great. Yeah.
Okay, I can take the lead on the Bookshare with each semester to make sure that the books are accessible to him and any other supplemental reading that you might have available that he might need. I'm familiar with Bookshare, and then also make sure that he has the app on his phone.
Oh,
so
that's
that
a great
he needs
idea.
to access it on his phone. So that's I can take the lead on that.
That would be great.
Well, I think, you know, we even mentioned earlier spending some time with PLC, you know, meeting, brainstorming on some other options for students, you know, especially when they have those longer assignments, not just writing, but other things also. So I think I've got some ideas, some resources that I'd like to share. So maybe I could put together some materials, and then, you know, later on we can schedule maybe, you know, probably not January, but maybe February or March, really plan on a PLC time where we can share that information with the rest of the staff.
Great. So it looks like we kind of covered those strategies. And now we need to tackle the need to explores and see what we need to do to make those work for John. That included making worksheets, including math worksheets accessible. Maureen, do you want to work with Jennifer on that specifically, or please?
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I'll help you out with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And for word prediction as a new strategy for John, something he hasn't tried before, it might make sense to set up a little more formal trial and collect some data on how it does or doesn't work for him. Word prediction, that's one thing we know about it. For some kids, you know, it's a great support, and for other kids, it actually makes things more difficult. So I think we need to kind of test that out with John before we make a decision that that's something he's going to use. Maureen, I think you can probably help the team with training in that. We've done enough background on that for you, as well as give you some data collection tools. Where and who should be involved in training for word prediction? Who's going to need to be a part of that?
Yeah, I think
Definitely. We got a book report coming up here, and if you would help me out with that, I think that'd be a great place to start.
Yep, I think having Ginger involved too, so she can really
Perfect.
see the workings and really how to support him when he's doing the middle of it.
And I'll be working on that with John in study skills too, so I'd really like to be
Okay,
involved.
perfect, that's great.
Great. All right, we have some great plans. I think that will hopefully be doable for you guys as a team, and will make a difference for John. Where do you want to go from here? John is a student with a disability. Any thoughts in terms of how we do some documentation of what he needs?
Well, he does have an IEP coming up in a few months, so as we're trying out some of these more John-specific tools out, I'd like to make sure that we're ready to make any proposals to add to his IEP for assistive technology and accommodations. And if we give his mom some heads up that we're doing some exploration, maybe she'll, you know, I'll have some ideas to share at this IEP in February.
That's great. Maybe we have some of that information about word prediction really
Yeah.
started so that we can do that. So let's make a note that we'll consider documenting what's working for him by the time his IEP rolls around, and after we've started some of those trials at his upcoming IEP. All right, great work, team. You know how to reach us, and good luck.
Thank you. Thanks for your help.
This was awesome.